crazy train over here. We got the zoomies. What do you got, a Sticks? You got a Sticks? Oh my gosh. All right, ladies and Larrys, welcome back, welcome back. Out here to Lost Mine Site again. I want to pick up where we left off in the last video, where I found that upstream there's that bank with a lot of topsoil overburden on it, and I took a couple of test pans on the way out and was getting really good color per pan. So back out here early this morning, trying to beat the heat. We're going to do the best we can. I don't know how much we're going to be able to move, but I know it's a lot harder digging because you got to remove about a foot of topsoil, clay topsoil, before we get down to where the bedrock's at and getting where the pay is at. But just kind of show you guys going this way. So what I'm thinking of is if we come over here, you can see where this bedrock's right in here. You can see all along into this bank, and then it bends around right there. And the bank's up here, right? But what I want, and I took a test pan up there, but I want to come down to the tail end of this and maybe take a test pan right here and check this, like up towards the bank, not into the bank, but up towards the bank, and then go down and see if there's anything in here, and maybe drop another hole right in here first before we start processing. I could theoretically start right about, you see the bedrock here? I could just start cutting in here and working that way and do that part. You know, I don't know yet. Problem is energy and heat are our two combatants today. You can see decent bedrock goes up, but I think the old creek this used to run this way years ago, and over the years it slid down over here. But what's under here is 1800s gold. You see, guys, how big some of these rocks are. Get out of here. You can see the open bedrock right there. Dig around and find those pockets. Real soft, real soft. Big boulder in there. Oh, we're running at it. We're running. Take our time with it. Hot. Godly hot. I got steam coming out of me. All right, went through a battery. I just put a fresh one in, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the mat. You can see we're on the gold right there. Little indicator.
Yeah, you got shotgun pellets in there.
Looking good. Battery number 2. That was a beautiful job, though. I did pan out my catch bucket at the end. I had about 3 micro dots for losses. So, you know, you could set something like this up. You can set anything up for failure. You know, it's just about running optimally. I'm running some clay, very clay type material, decomposing bedrock, not as sandy as the cut we were doing in the last couple of videos. This is more topsoil type of stuff, so it may need, you know, I tuned the pitch, I changed the nozzles out, you know, slow it down a little bit, maybe have to clean out, you know. I only cleaned out once. I went through a whole battery without cleaning out. I probably should have cleaned out twice, but that would have been okay. We could have handled that easy. All right, gang, so, well, got the cut done, and preliminary results looks really good. I'll give you all just a little sneak peek. I have some detailing to do on it yet. But you could see the bedrock and how I'm scraping down. You see the colors and all those voids and pockets, but about 5 inches or so on this side, there's really no gold. It's all below all that, so you have to take all of that off just to get down to the pay. Over on this side where Masseco's at, hold on for it. You can see it down here too. This top layer isn't holding anything. It's all this. You see the cobbles sitting down on top of the bedrock. That's what you're after, is that layer. But everything above that, you see how deep it gets right here. Move. Move that way. See how deep it gets right here. But decent tailings pile. Ran like a champ. So crew, cons, again, I mean, it's very little, very little cons. Very little, but it's all super heavy, super concentrate, which is really cool. Did I get losses? Yes. Was it a measurable amount? No. And the reason why I got losses is because I was running some of that overburden, that topsoil, which has a lot of clay in it. And, you know, I just had to adjust on the fly. When I was running the bar in the past video, I didn't have any losses. So, you know, it depends on material, and it also depends on knowing your equipment. And it's not just knowing that it works, but knowing how it works and adapting on the fly. It's super important. So I adjusted, made a few minor adjustments, a couple of changes, and reduced or eliminated the losses completely. Knowing is half the battle. But yeah, we should get a decent, good result out of this, I'm hoping. It looks good. I mean, when I was pulling the mats, it looks good. I'm gonna do the cleanup on this video, so we're gonna get her packed up. Get this crazy train to the house. We got a ways to go. I get everything packed in, but yeah, we'll get it to the garage. We'll get it cleaned up and see what we look like. Well, we got it all classified down, guys, using the golden rule classifier set. So we have plus 16 mesh, plus 30 or 30 mesh, 50 mesh, 100 mesh, and minus 100 mesh, which is basically just powder. I demagnetized most of it. I haven't run it with the spin off yet. This was just done by hand, magnetics. We'll pull more out of that, but just eyeballing the plus 16 mesh already came up with 2 pieces already, which is pretty cool. That's really cool. And this piece right here, I can actually pick that up, so that's a picker, or what we would call a Georgia nugget. Just gonna grab these 2 chunkies and throw them in the snuffer bottle. A little hard to see it with the light, but yeah, we got a dot right up in there. Nice little chunky. The 30 mesh. Pretty nice right there, gang. This 30 mesh. Broke a record right there. Over 3/4 of a gram in one day, one outing. And you know, what can I say? It's just a lot of things came together to make it the success it was. Starting out with test panning and always test panning. And I know a lot of videos out there don't show how much test panning happens, but it happens a lot. You do a lot of test panning, and again, that's why I use the Gold Claw as my test pan, just because it's so fast, and I keep saying that. Give it a shot. It takes some time to get used to, but man, let me tell you, to be able to test pan quickly, you know, you're not recovering, you're just test panning just to see. But, you know, we found that spot, we came back to it, we cut it out, we got down to the pay, scraped her down and piled it up before it got hot, and then when it was hot, then we just shoved it into the unit. The Highbanker is absolutely exceptional. Everything I wanted it to be in my design is there. A lot of the success, though, is attributed to the VDP mat, and that is the Shondilly Pickle Puss V-Ridge VDP mat. The amount of fines that it retains and collects is greater than any type of riffle system like this that I've ever used. And with the other mats prior to me using this, I always had to clean out more often to try to catch that, but I was able to, with this mat, run longer, clean out faster, while retaining that super fine gold. And you can see in the cleanup just how much fine gold. I mean, we're talking minus 100 mesh, how much of that was retained and held on to. I know other people are seeing losses in their cleanups with using the other mats. This I'm not losing. And I want to just say this to clarify something on my channel. When I say I'm not getting any losses, that's material dependent. That's me dependent on how I'm running the equipment as well. Shifting from the gravel bar cut, right, that bench cut, to the bank, what I'm going to call the bank cut, where I'm removing that topsoil. The bank cut has a lot more clay, a lot more sediment in the material than the sandy stuff that's in that bench cut. So when I ran this, of course, I had the catch pan underneath the tailings end of it. In the first clean out, I had 3 tiny micro specks that I literally needed my reading glasses to be able to see in the pan. So with that, I made an adjustment. The next run I did, the next battery, remember I have 3 batteries. The next battery I did, when I checked it, I had 1 micro spec. Made just a minor tweak and adjustment to that, and the third battery at the end of it, I had none. So were the losses that I did have with this on the bank cut measurable? No, I wouldn't be able to weigh it. It's so minuscule, but it was losses nonetheless, right? But nothing compared to what I was having with any other mat system, riffle system that I used prior to this. And I'm not including the fluid bed sluice, right? The Recon is its own animal. I keep that separate from riffle style systems, right? But what this does with that disruptive oscillation and being able to retain all of that fine gold, along with capturing the big stuff, right? Okay, but all of that fine gold is attributed to how this runs, how efficiently this runs, how much you saw the cons in the video. You saw how little bit of cons I had. Like, I had less than a cup full of cons to have to go through. That's remarkable, especially when you're packing out like me, having big Tupperwares full of heavy cons to take home and go through all of that, and the time it takes to go through all that, when you can reduce all that down to just less than a cup full. Incredible, guys. Just real quick, the other thing I want to mention here on this video too, I'm probably going to do a video, an uncut video, just because I know there's people out there that are going to call shenanigans about a lossless system. It's not a lossless system. I can force it to lose if I want to, right? I can force any piece of equipment to lose gold if I want to, right? I just know how to set up and run and operate the equipment, right? It's not just knowing that it works, it's knowing how it works. But anyway, guys, I don't want to shill for companies, and you guys know I don't do that. I'm just about innovation and thinking outside the box when it comes to products in our day and age in this particular part of our timeline of prospectors. I think there are really good innovations out there, but I also think there's gimmicks out there. I'm separating the two and showcasing you guys some of the more modern innovations that can help you as prospectors conserve energy, put more gold in the vial at the end of the day. And, that's really just enjoy your time better, and that's really what it's about. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.